Hello, Minecrafters, and welcome to episode 17 of our Let's Play Infinity Evolved. And welcome to our little plantation. And as promised, I was going to show you what I have found to be a fairly neat little trick with AgriSupply, or AgriCraft, or which one is that? AgriCraft, yeah, that's it. Alright, so, actually, I might want to go get a seed. So, one of the things, if you're not familiar with AgriCraft, and I know a lot of you are, but in case you're not, it's kind of a way to be able to grow things, upgrade them, and get more out of it. Now, let's do beans. So, you can take a Pam's Harvest Craft bean, put it in your inventory, and turn it into a regular bean seed. For AgriCraft, one of the things you're going to want to do, where did my analyzer go? I'll bet when I finished my Botania, I got excited and ripped it up out of the ground. Well, I thought I might have dropped it off here. Well, this is a good start. Because what I'm looking for is this, my seed analyzer. And I don't see it in here. There is no telling where I flung that thing when I was done. I knew I'd have to come back to it eventually. How hard is it? I don't want to do that. Let's see. I'd like to find it, because I just don't want to have to recraft it. I just don't know where I stored it. Alright, well give me a minute. I'll be right back. See if I can't find this thing. Hold on just a minute. And lo and behold, right there it is in the AgriCraft box. I forgot I'd even made that. But, yep, sure enough, filtered for AgriCraft. So, now we got that. Now we're going to take this back over here. Put it on top of our little hopper over here. Just like that. And get all that sorted so that whenever I drop the bean in here, it'll come right here, and we can see we have a 111, which kind of figured that's what it would be since it was a newly created seed. So what you want to do is take your crop sticks, and first you're just going to put one right there, put the bean, and shift right click to water it. Now once you start the watering, you can let off the shift, as long as you don't let off your right mouse button. And basically what we're wanting to do is wait until this gets to 100%. And it's a little difficult to see Wayla. There. We're at 85%, and now it's fully grown. So now what we can do is we can double crop sticks like that, and then we're going to water it again. Like I said, shift right click, and then once it starts you can let off the shift, and basically we're waiting until this one seed propagates into the 4 spaces, and all 4 of those are fully grown. It's a little bit slow, but you can speed this up a little bit with bone meal. You can actually take, and as soon as it sprouts, you can bone meal it to full. But you always want to make sure these 4 are fully grown before you do this next step. And that is to double crop stick the middle, and again, shift right click to start the watering. And then as soon as it comes up in the middle, we're going to see what we got. Now remember, even though these all say that they've not been analyzed, these are all 111. Because when you propagate a seed out, see if I can figure out the best way to explain this. Okay, I didn't want that one. When you have a seed, that's not a seed, that's a seed. When you have a seed and it goes from here to here, it has no other parents, so it's not going to change. So a lateral move like that will not change. However, all of these crossing into the middle, with it having 4 sides covered, you have the highest chance for gain on this seed right here. So we have gone from 111 to 241. Now I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to tear all this down, and I'm going to start all over. I only need the single there. We're going to take our 241, put it in the middle, and water it to full size. And like I said, this right here is where you can actually speed it up quite a bit with the bone meal, because you could take that seed, right click it, a couple of times with bone meal, it's full, and then you can propagate it off to your others. And then as soon as that top bar is gone and you have that, you can bone meal those. And see, I didn't shift right click. But you can bone meal those to full size, knock out the middle, and crossbreed up again. So if you have a really good supply of bone meal, you can speed this up considerably, but it will use quite a bit. And no, I'm not going to go all the way to 10, 10, 10. Now, this is the reason I have a trash can nearby. And that's to get rid of all of the extra seeds. And you can see by all of the Botania petals that I have in here, these are all of what I got while I was working all these up to 10, 10, 10. So it does take quite a bit, but I think this is probably one of the faster ways of getting this up. And so now on our second round, we are currently at 372. So as you can see, pretty quick growth. Now, I'm done with what I'm going to do for AgriCraft today, because I have some issues. And those issues are, I have stuff all over the place in here, and it's getting very difficult to do anything. This is running, making up some diamond chipsets just for some future stuff that I'm going to work on. Hopefully some better sorting and stuff like that, but for now I have got to get this changed, because the way that's coming down through the middle and everything's loading up in the back, and then I've got this one here, and I actually made a resonant redstone furnace. The purpose for it was actually making toast. I like eating the hamburgers, and I've actually started making cheeseburgers now. But yeah, you can take 3 wheat to make a bread, and then you can cook the bread to make toast. Or if you have 1 wheat and you put it in a crafting bar and make wheat flour, you can put the wheat flour in the redstone furnace and make bread, and then turn it back around and make toast. So actually 3 times more just for having the redstone furnace. And I went ahead and made the resonant just so that we've got the 3 extra slots. And we're going to be doing some upgrading today. So let's throw the toast in there. And one of the things that I found, and remember I talked about when making the induction smelter. Let's see. You see the resonant one here. When you pull up the recipe, you'll see this flips through the different machine frames. Well, this machine frame is made in the assembly table and 400,000 RF. Not too bad. This one is 2 million. This one is the one that I did. Comes in at 10 million. Took almost 2 hours with my 2 lasers. This one is 50 million. So that was going to take about 10 hours. And I decided, nope. And rather than just go through and build a whole bunch of lasers, I'm going to upgrade them a little differently. And first of all, I want to grab this stuff off the back. And let's see, I've got the connectors and that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. I don't think you have to, but just in case, because I don't want to lose that. Now, I'm going to open that up, grab my little wrench, sort that, and just do a right click and a right click. So now I've got my pulverizer and my induction smelter. And I can take those and put them in here with an Enderium gear and 4 silver ingots. And you'll see that it goes from reinforced to resonant. And to me, that's just so much easier. And so now, if I bring that over here, and this isn't where I'm going to keep them, I'm just kind of stuffing them there for now anyways. Now you can see we have 3 more expansion slots. And you can take these out as well, depending on what you're going to do with the machine, how you're going to have it set up. The redstone is one of the first ones I pull out usually. Sometimes the augment the integrated servo mechanism, and then I'll just work with what it automatically has as far as pipe outputs. So, and usually, you know, if you've got it sitting by itself, you can work with that configuration it already has, and so that frees up another spot. So you can have up to 6 of the upgrade slots. Get that back out of there. So now we actually have 3 resonant machines. And let's see, we can move that one. Oh, I forgot to put power on that. Darn it. Well, let me grab the stuff out of there. And grab my wrench. I was trying to work ahead on some stuff there as well. Just some materials I didn't have that I was going to want. So let's put you back in place. Make sure you're still on alloys. That, and that. And let's put some power back on you. And I'm not going to get through there. And this is one of the reasons I'm trying to get this done, is it is so chaotic trying to just walk around and do anything. There. Now we got power going back in there. That's starting to cook up. But here's my dilemma. If you're familiar with industrial craft machines, they can be extremely finicky about how you move them. There's a bronze wrench, I think. Let's see, there's 2 ways. One, there's an electric wrench and regular wrench. Okay, this wrench here. And yes, it's a bronze wrench. If you use this wrench and shift right click one of these machines, you have a less chance of breaking that machine, but it can still happen. As far as I understand, this is pretty much the only way that you won't break it. And that requires that wrench with a small power unit and electric motor and an RE battery, all that stuff. Not terribly difficult to make, but then you got to charge it. And I really don't want to make a wrench or an electric wrench and go through all that just to move these machines. So what we're going to do is we're going to make something even more difficult. Hello, Dolly. And this is from JABBA barrels. And not normally this difficult to make, but it is an extremely handy device to have if you're not familiar with it. So let's go ahead and get it made, and then I can explain why it's so handy to have. But one of the first things we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get over here to stabilized metal, which is going to require refined hardener, hardened mesh, which also requires refined hardener. And that is made by smelting raw hardener, which is made with obsidian and diamonds. So let's start off with obsidian and diamonds. We'll take that, and I believe we can even do that in our redstone furnace. Well, yes, we can. So let's just throw them all in there. Wait for those to process through. And here very shortly, we're going to have a dolly. All right, so I'll go ahead and grab those 4, because the next thing we're going to do is make this hardened mesh. And of that, it's going to require 4 of the refined hardeners and 5 of that, the iron bars. So we'll do this, and then we'll do that and take that out, that one and that one and that one, pick that back up and do a little swirl, and we have our hardened mesh. And we'll come back over here, and those should be done. And we'll come over here next. And no, we don't want a Minecraft cart. But what we do want is we're going to put that hardened mesh in here with our, I guess what would be the Minecraft cart, and then run our 3 along the bottom, which gives us 1 left over, and put a little mesh in there. This gives us our stabilized metal. Bring our stabilized metal over here, throw it in here, and it's kind of funny, all of that just to get this 1. And this next one up over here, okay, there's the next one. And then we do that to make the reinforced wheels. Now the cool thing is, if we do a reinforced cart in Steve's carts, then that's the same method on making the wheels. You also use that ingot to make the cart. I don't know if we'll do that one or not. Only time will tell. So, next thing up we're going to need are weighted pressure plates. 2 of them, heavy, made with 2 iron ingots. 1, 2. And lastly, we're going to take 2 sticks. I happen to have 2 river canes laying around. We're going to put our 2 plates there, our wheel here, and hello, Dolly. Now, the reason this is really cool, if I can learn how to walk here, is you can pick up those and move them and put them wherever you want, and even change the way they're facing just by right clicking and walking around. Now it will give you a debuff with slowness and mining fatigue, and you can see the little effects coming up. But the cool thing is you can also come over here and pick up IC2 machines, and you can place those and just, you know, put them wherever you want them to be, and just makes it so much easier. And I'm really not sure where I want that because I don't even use those anymore. So that, and I don't know, yeah, you can't pick up the other ones, but you can pick up the IC2 ones. And that's the main thing I wanted to be able to do anyways. Because, you know, the other stuff, I can just wrench those and pick them up and no worries about breaking or exploding or any of that stuff. So that will give us the ability to get these moved around and hopefully get this place cleaned up a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what my layout's going to be yet, but definitely going to be doing something different. And I just put those backwards. And if I don't fix it now, it's going to bug me. Transposer. Magma Crucible goes there. You go there. Okay. But see, now I can, you know, run the cables here. Make that a little bit cleaner. At least, you know, from this side over here. And I'll probably find somewhere else to put this. This here is an ore washing plant. And I'm using this to work ahead on this as well. So now any of the uranium I get, I throw into the crusher and then throw the product from that into the washing plant so that I get purified crushed uranium. One of the things I'm wanting to do is run that through a thermal centrifuge, which I do not have yet, to get uranium and tiny pile of uranium so that I can then turn that into this, which can be turned into this, which can be used for powering and things like that, but actually wanting to make a byproduct from that. And but anyways, that's a long ways down the road, just something that's coming. I try to, you know, some of the stuff that's going to take longer, I try to, you know, get started on it early and just kind of let some things run in the background or while I'm mining and stuff like that. One of the other things I thought was kind of interesting, and I know I'm jumping all over the place. I've been asked before, you know, how much time do I spend making videos? How much time do I actually, am I in this world versus what you see? So I figured it up. And today's episode is episode 17. So as of the end of episode 16, I had 9 hours, 8 minutes, and 35 seconds worth of video uploaded for this world. Now, if we come over here and we go to server tops, time played. Out of 9 hours, 8 minutes, and 35 seconds of video, I've actually been in this world for 116 hours. And I would say at the most, the very most, I would say maybe 15 to 20 hours of that's AFK. The rest of it is sitting right here playing and doing. So that'll give you an idea of playtime versus recording time. Just a little bit of information out there. Alright, so I've now got the ability to move my IC2 machines, and I've got this cooking up some energetic alloy. I wanted to upgrade. I use these a lot. I use one of them for tools and things like that. And I actually use this one when I'm out and about and I get full and it gives me somewhere to throw stuff for extra storage. Because I don't have a high-end sorting system yet, and I don't have the ender chest and ender pouch and all that stuff. So until I get that going, I think I'm going to go ahead and upgrade these. And they're really not that difficult. For the first level, you can just take it, and let me do the empty one first, because I'm not sure if I'll lose everything in there or not, but we're going to find out here shortly. But you just take your, I made the hardened one, and you can take it, put it with hardened glass and N-bar nuggets, and you get the reinforced satchel, which is a little bigger. You got 2 rows there and 3 rows here. And so let's throw the other one in there, and hey, good, it didn't lose my stuffs. And then the next level, we're going to do Enderium ingots with electrum nuggets, and that's going to give us a resonant satchel. And it is 4 lines, so twice as big as what we started off with, which I think that's pretty snazzy myself. So now we have quite a bit more storage with us. We've still got our forestry packs that I use quite a bit. And so yeah, that should take care of that. And I think that's pretty much what I had made up here. If you keep seeing these pop up, well, that kind of goes with the trading post here. And what a trading post is, you take a block of emerald, which that's a lot more expensive than it used to be, some oak planks, whatever wooden planks, around a jukebox, which is basically planks around a diamond. I think. Did I miss anything? Nah, I think they're all planks. Okay. There's so many different colors and all that stuff that it can be hard to tell when it's all flipping around. Okay, and as you can see, I've got my villagers going out here, and that is pretty much what the trading post is for. Now, when you right-click on the trading post, it will come up with trades for the individual villagers. So, as you can see, there's someone trading raw beef for emeralds, books for emeralds, coal for emeralds. Well, actually not anymore, because it's grayed out now. And so what that means is one of these guys right here. This is one of them I've been trading with to get emeralds. He has since moved up to raw beef for emeralds. And this is the other one that was doing coal. But what I'll do is, and you can do it a couple of different ways, is I'll pick this up, I'll go into a village, I'll pop it down in the middle of them, and I'll look. And if there's somebody I want, then I'll go look for them. If there's not, I'll move on to the next area. Or you can go ahead and trade with them there. But personally, I found it's a lot easier to get the ones you like and bring them home, and just trade with them there and move on like that. That way you're not having to constantly go home, get more stuff, go back, go home, get more stuff. So anyways, that is how I am up to now 25 emeralds. And wow, now I gotta remember what it was I was wanting the emeralds for. I know that it has to do with, oh, where is that confounded thing? This. And making the emerald tubes. Let's see, which one? That's the diamond. That's the emerald one. And if I right click, that is used, oh, there it is, the vibrant crystal. Because yes, we're going to be working more on Enderium and actually be moving more into getting my armor upgraded and energized and all that stuff. One of the things I was needing is emeralds to make the emerald electron tubes. The reason for that is we need the vibrant crystal in order to do quite a bit of things. Some of the, like the spawner to make. That doesn't look too bad. 2 vibrant crystals. Ooh, we could actually do a vibrant capacitor. Now this is something I do need to make, and that's the octatic capacitor to make some of my stuff a little bit faster. And I can actually do this now that we've been to the end. And yes, after slaying the end dragon, I stayed there a while and got a one or two ender pearls. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if you happen to notice on our trophy wall over here on my way back, I got a few Enderman heads because, well, cleavers are sweet. Because it does have the ability to lop off their heads. And then, of course, I got this little guy. And I've always had these indoor or inside and things like that. And so I never really realized exactly what it is they do. Because whenever I would right click on it, he'd slap me up against the wall and do a little damage, and that was that. But let's see if he's going to do it. Oh, there it went. And there goes the ender pearl, and oh, and there I go. So he'll throw an ender pearl, and wow, I took 3 damage jumping off that tree. But yeah, he'll throw an ender pearl and send you along with it. I did this one time and ended up almost to the village nearby. Okay, I hopped twice that time. That was kind of weird. But yeah, you gotta worry a little bit about the damage from falling, but anyways. I believe that's gonna do it for this episode. I believe next episode we'll be working further into our dark armor. Let's just look. If you go into Enderium, and I know my son has been on here and talking about the boots because that's one of his favorite things. And if you shift over the boots, you'll see empowered and flippers and apiarists. And those are things that you can do to the boots from the very beginning. Well, once you've empowered them and done more things to them, this is what you can end up with. And that is empowered 4, which holds 1,000,000 RF. 95% damage absorption by power, so it actually uses power rather than the durability of the actual item. You can get jump 3, which increases step and jump height, and it allows triple jump. You can get flippers, apiarist shoes, which gives you protection against bees. And if you look up in the bright white area, it gives diamond level protection when powered, and fall damage is negated when powered. So you can, if you're wearing those and they're powered, you can pretty much jump from any height and land and not take any fall damage. Land in lava, you'll still burn to death, but no fall damage. But anyways, I believe that's going to do it for this episode. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Maybe the stuff I showed you in AgriCraft will kind of alleviate some pain and, you know, have you think a second thought about trying to do a few things there. So yeah, like I said, that should take care of it for this time. Next episode, let's try and see if we can't get this armor powered up a little bit and see how far we can go with that. In the comments below, if you're playing Infinity Evolved, let me know what you're using for power. I've got my water wheels going and they seem to be doing pretty good, but I am wanting to look at some other avenues of power just to try and see what to try next. So if you want to throw in some comments about what kind of power you're using, or if you're watching somebody else what they're using, just let me know. But anyways, that's it for this episode. Hope you'll tune in next time, and until then, take care and God bless.